There we go. Final whistle. Liverpool 3, Ajax 0. Jurgen Klopp walks away with the big 3 points in the Champions League. Danny Ten Hag, unfortunate to get 0 points and end of a Champions League run for Ajax. Ste. What were your overall thoughts on this one, mate?
Dreadful for 40 minutes, and it was dreadful for 40 minutes. Rescued by a late goal in the first half, should have been 2. Came out in the second half, much calmer, much more settled by the goal. Added a couple more goals to it, Harvey's being the pick of it, and Nunez's header. And then really from the sort of 52nd minute when Elliott made it 3, we've just conserved energy and played out the game. And that's all you can ask for, but the first 40 minutes were pretty poor, weren't they?
Yeah, I think they were. I think, for me, I think, we didn't look like we got up the traps at all. We obviously conceded that chance so early on where, it hits the post, doesn't it? I think that the early doors chance was about 4 minutes in, was that, or something like that?
2.5.
Was it 2.5? Bloody hell. And that, we got lucky there because it would have been a completely different game we're talking about at that point. I mean, the ground was so loud, the fans were so into it. Ajax were buoyed by that, and they were obviously playing really good football. Liverpool couldn't get anywhere near them. We weren't sure what the formation was, we weren't sure where the players were. I think that showed in the first 30-40 minutes of the performance. It was completely disjointed, completely shit, and completely what we kind of saw at the weekend, to be honest with you. And I thought to myself at this point, bloody hell, they could quite easily hammer us.
One more shout out. Joanna Sharp, thanks for my birthday shout out. You made my day special.
Oh, thank you very much.
That's really nice.
That's nice, that, isn't it?
Continue.
I think for me, it could have been a completely different game, but we weathered the storm, partly due to luck, partly through the fact that we tried to fight our way through it and stuff like that. But in the end, we had too much firepower. For them. There will be sterner tests to come, and we cannot keep starting games like that. Whatever I feel about how happy I am at the result, we'll get punished for starts like that in the Premier League. And I hate to be a Debbie Downer on a great European victory, but we will do. We really will get punished for starts like that, and we have been getting punished for starts like that.
Well, as you've already said, you're thankful you're not doing player ratings. We've won 3-0, but there were no 8s and 9s on the board because for the first 40 minutes we were probably as poor, if not worse, than the game against Forest, and I didn't think that was possible. But goals change games, and we got the lift from the goal, and we nearly got a second goal, and we suddenly started getting a bit of joy down our left and through their right back, Robbo and Hendo did indeed for Salah's goal. And then we come out in the second half, and it's easy because we know they've got to score 3 goals. And aside from the hitting the post in the first couple of minutes, all the work that Alisson did was pretty much straight at him, wasn't it?
You're right. It was, you're right. But then Liverpool did, and I want to focus on the positives because when we actually started to play footy, Nunez, that for me, opportunity there, should have banged it away, absolutely, of course. But the first goal was absolutely brilliant. Jordan Henderson, I mean, that is just wonderful football. And he hit some space on the left hand side, and we go 1-0 up.
Yeah, we've seen him do this now a few times, and we praise Gerrard for the ability to play an outside of the right foot pass, and Henderson sees it really early, and he makes Mo Salah's finish quite straight.
Tells him what to do with the pass, doesn't he?
Comes really straight foot. Yeah, exactly. And all he's got to do is just get something on it because the keeper's coming out and forgot to pick his arms up like a goalkeeper should, and he just watches it go over his head. So, yeah, that goal's all about Henderson. It's a great finish by Salah, but like you say, the ball's got instructions on it. I like that. I'll use that going forward.
Yeah, absolutely. You do it. And then I think the other one, obviously, the fucking header, man. What a header that is from Andy Robertson's corner by Nunez.
Yeah, he's done well because he's under quite a lot of pressure there as he points off talking about his boot. He's not looking at the goal, so that's an instinctive header. He knows where the target is, and you do like to say he knows where the back of the net is, and I know it's a cliche, but it's very true. In off the foot of almost the foot of the post. Brilliant header under loads of pressure, and I think he needed it because if he'd come off that pitch with his defining moment, missing from 5-6 yards out, hitting the post, he seems like a resilient lad. He's put as much in his Twitter profile, but that would do him the world of good. He's scored again, and there'll be rival fan bases out there that will tell you he's a flop. He really isn't. His goals
just found his feet, and he's looking
yeah. But we
dangerous.
saw the lad who turned up for Benfica against Liverpool and run as ragged that night. Those are the levels he can get to.
And finally, the third goal then, Elliott. I think he surprised everyone in the stadium. He certainly surprised me on the television because I didn't think it was.
Well, I was celebrating it, and you're like, what? Yeah, it was like that, you know, brilliant finish, gets it out of his feet and smashes it into the top right-hand corner. The goalkeeper doesn't even know he's had a shot till he hears the ball burst the onion bag behind him. So I love what Harvey Elliott's growing up to be in terms of maturing as a footballer, and, you know, he's a real bright spark this season.
There's got to be credit as well for being able to play a couple of positions at a really high level. Doesn't matter where he's been asked to play so far this season, Harvey Elliott, he has done it well. He was up there for your man of the match, wasn't he?
Yeah, let's be honest, he's not quick. But what he is, he's an IQ footballer. He plays with IQ. He's got a footballing brain. He's got really, really good footballing brain. You can see that already. Plays so well on the half-time with balls fired into him. His instant control. He looks forward. He plays some really nice passes. The kid's 19 years old. Where is his ceiling? Because you can't see it. You can't see a ceiling. Where does his development end? Enjoy the ride with Harvey Elliott because he's a special footballer.
I love the ceiling reference because we quite often talk about it when I'm talking about American football and stuff as well. And one of the things that I think I focus on sometimes with American footy, when you play fantasy football as well, you focus on the floor. Like, Harvey Elliott seems fucking miles away, but I think his floor is really high as well. I think there's a base level that he's going to get to, which is well above average of Harvey Elliott. He might hit the very, very top, but I think his floor is really high as well, and I think that's something that's important because, as you say, he's got that football IQ. He links play really well. He seems to know when, and I don't know, he's got like an innate ability to just be in the right place when the game needs him to be. Like, he'll turn up with something big. Like, the goal, obviously, it's not probably the timing, but a key tackle here, a big turn here, and maybe a little pass, something. Always seems to be at key moments of the game when you see him mention Harvey Elliott.
It's a natural footballer. What he does comes to him without thinking about it. You watch some footballers and they're quite studious and they have to move into certain positions and play certain muscle memory to get what they want to get to, but in Harvey's case it's just off the cuff, and it's really nice to watch, and he will only get better.
Yeah, absolutely. So there you go, Liverpool 3, Ajax 0. Were there any other performance? I think, you know, for me, I think maybe I was being very harsh on Joe Gomez in that first half. I was being very harsh on Fabinho in that first half when Liverpool were under major pressure, and I think we were inviting it on ourselves a little bit. But second half, I think both of them probably stepped up a little bit.
Yeah, they did. Joe improved. So yeah, good to see him have his second half performance was much better than his first half performance, but you could say that of everybody. And I thought the skipper had a really good game tonight as well. You know, he's much maligned in recent times about, oh, he's not this and he's not that. He's come up with an absolutely worldie of an assist today, and his, you know, energy is an hour into the game almost, and he's bursting down the left wing. He's still a leader in terms of what he does out there on the pitch, his endeavour, his effort, his work ethic, his ability to follow the game plan. It's not the same Jordan Henderson of 3 years ago. Physically, he's very different, and we have to manage his minutes. But I thought he put in a captain's performance tonight, and I thought he's definitely worthy of a shout out.
Okay, well there you go. If you're watching this live, actually I've got it on my laptop right now, but we do have our knitted Christmas jumpers available, so you can see the Believer one right in front of you now, hopefully. Now this one's available to pre-order. We're shipping this from week commencing Monday the 7th of November. It is absolutely beautiful. I've got the actual version in front of me right here. If you like the look of that, then it's available to pre-order. As I say, there's another one as well, Our Glorious History, which has every major trophy that Liverpool have won on it. What I wanted to bring it to your attention for is it is literally last chance saloon now to get your quote retweets in of our pinned tweet if you want to enter the competition to win one of 5 of these that will be given away on the fan reaction show tonight. So if you're watching live, you can do it. You don't need to ask your bill payer for permission to use Twitter. You can just do it. You won't be charged £1.50 for a retweet. You can just do it. So you can get yourself involved. You just need to quote tweet it, tag 2 mates, and you've got last chance saloon to get into this prize draw and win one of 5 Christmas jumpers. That has been the final whistle. Steve, you'll be back with player ratings after I've done fan reactions, of course. Then we're both going over to Redmen Plus. We're actually going to stay here, but the video is going over to Redmen Plus.
Yep.
And the podcast, we're going to do the instant match reaction show. Promises to be a good one. We've got content coming from Paul as well over in Ajax. I'm sure that promises to be a belter. It's a good time to be a Red. It's a good time to subscribe to Redmen Plus. We're with you. We'll handhold you the whole way. Whether it's good, whether it's bad, we're here for it. If you've enjoyed the watch long and you want more of us, then please do consider Redmen Plus. It does support everything that we do. We love each person who's watched, who's liked, who's commented, who's tweeted, everything, every single one. But we got bills to pay, man. So get over to Redmen Plus and give us a sub if you are able to. I know times are hard. If you just want to watch the free stuff, that is absolutely fine. That supports us in your own right as well. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for listening, and I'll see you all soon. Ta-ra.
Hey guys, hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, please do drop a like on it and give us a subscription to this YouTube channel as well. If you want even more Liverpool content in your lives, either in podcast or video form, check out redmenplus.com, our subscription service. It's absolutely brilliant and you will love it.